Good morning. I am Norielee Magsingit, Diamond Master, Kalayaan Center. Okay, let me introduce myself to all of you. And right now, I am the Director of Nursing of one of the tertiary hospital in the Philippines. It's a private hospital, and since it's pandemic, we are catering a lot of patients, as you will know, and that is how now we will realize how good our product is. But today, I'm also privileged to present to you the three of our superb products. So the products of absolute quality and absolute price. So meaning, when it comes to the level of quality and price, no one else can match our products. As you all know, we don't usually have or our brochure, and we encourage you to visit your website because our business has our own website, and it is an online shopping wall in which right now, yan po ang usong-uso ngayon, di ba po? So actually, our products keep increasing in number, and let us pray that the vitamin C will now comes in or will see the Philippines, especially in our website. So the concept or one thing unique in the product of Atomy is the concept behind our products, which we call it as Mastige. So mass plus prestige. So it is coined in the word Mastige or the word mass plus prestige. We are proud to say that our products are of prestige and absolute quality. So these are the three products that I'm going to introduce to you. And I love these products because it is the one who protected me when I was exposed in a COVID-19 since I'm working in the hospital. And these are the Hemohims, Alaska, and Probiotics. Okay, so let's start with Hemohim. What is Hemohim? Okay, a lot of us doesn't really know what Hemohim is all about. Sometimes they thought that Hemohim is a medicine, but actually Hemohim is a food supplement that can boost our immune system, meaning it awakes our exhausted immune system. So with all the radicals that we are taking, the food that we take, the instant food and other, and even exposure to the environments, makes our immune system exhausted. Okay, so sometimes natutulog yan. Ayaw na niyang gumalaw. So what the Hemohim does is to awake our immune system. And what is our immune system? These are the defense of our body. It's a natural defense of our body, and that is what Hemohim has. Okay, so the immunity is the one that recognize or destroy the pathogens. So we have the first defense in our body, which is our skin, and we have already the macrophages. So anything po na mangyari sa atin, kagatin tayo ng lamok, the first defense in our immunity is the skin. So it should be strengthened. Okay, and how it is strengthened? You have to take the Hemohim. Not only that, when the infection, the virus, the fomites enter into our body, we have a lot of defenses. Okay, that is our immunity. We have the T cells, we have the B cells, that's what we call. Okay, and then we have the helper. Okay, in our immune system, which is our dendrites. So all of them are working together in order for us to be free from any diseases, from any viruses, or any fomites that will attack for our body. Meaning, the Hemohim has the ability to protect our body from harm. And where does our immune system take place? Actually, our immune system, are developed in our bone marrow. Okay, so why do we need to take Hemohim? So we need to take Hemohim, as I told you, because it awakens our immune system, thus making our body healthy. Now, so whatever pathogens, lalo na ngayon po, di ba, we have the COVID-19. Okay, so in the COVID-19, based on my experience, as I'm going to tell you, I'm only taking Hemohim, Omega, Probiotics, and as well as a combination of the vitamin C. And good enough, okay, the two health workers that I've been with died because of the COVID-19, but I am not infected with this COVID, although they told me to go on the 14 days quarantine, but there are no signs and symptoms that I experience. After 14 days, I'm back to work. So that's how good our Hemohim is. Now, our Hemohim comes from 3 plants. Okay, so this actually it came from 1,000 of plants, but there are 3 major plants. Okay, that is the composition of the Hemohim. So we have the Angelica gigas, the Linguisticum sinense, and the Paeonia lactifera. So it has been developed through biological engineering and radiation technology. So what do you mean by biological engineering? Meaning that they are extracted and then those microorganisms are separated before they form the Hemohim into a sachet. And they say radiation technology, it was exposed to a gamma rays, okay, and then it separates, okay, all the bacteria, the viruses that will infect us. So that makes our Hemohim safe. Now, Hemohim, okay, history came from Kaeri. Okay, and what is Kaeri? Kaeri is a Korean Atomic Energy Institute. So the scientists developed, okay, a functional defense food against radiation because some of our scientists are too much exposed to radiation. Now, when they saw that this is very effective, okay, both in animals as well as in human, then that's the time that this development of functional food defense was forwarded to the Colmar, or the Beauty and Health Company, in which they are the one who developed this product and passed to the evaluation of manufacturing food and drug safety. So it means our Hemohim then passed all the FDAs that are required, okay, by the government in our country as well as in other country before they commercialize it. And of course, in commercializing, okay, they tap Atomy, okay, to do the marketing. So, as I told you again, you have to take Hemohim to enhance your immunity for a stronger and healthier life. So just like what happened to me, as I told you, now makikita niyo ako, nakatayo pa rin dito, besides being exposed to COVID-19 and these pandemics that we had, I haven't experienced any cough and colds or any symptoms against me. So let's start now boosting our immune system by drinking or taking Hemohim. Now let's go again to another products which I love most, and this is the Alaska E or the Omega3. So our Alaska or Atomy Alaska 3 has a premium quality that has EPA and DHA. We need to take it because of the modern lifestyle that we have right now. So people right now eat meat-centered eating habits. So what do you mean by that? We eat a lot of beef, we eat a lot of pork, diba, rather than eating vegetable. And then we have high protein and fat. Diba? Yan ang hilig natin ngayon. We take a lot of carbohydrates. So when it's taken in our body, then it's so hard for our stomach to digest it. So our stomach started to produce a lot of acid in order to digest this food. So kaya po marami tayong sakit na nangyayari sa atin because we eat a lot of high protein, just like the cardiovascular diseases, the hypertension, diba? Lalo na yung mga stroke. Okay, so the coronary artery disease, which is really very deadly if we did not have a consultations regarding this matter. What else? Because of stress. So kahit saan tayo pumunta, we have stress, right? So pag labas mo pa lang sa bahay mo, traffic, stress. Pero ngayon walang traffic eh, di ba? So anong meron ngayon? Stress. Baka mahawaan tayo ng pandemic, ng COVID-19, right? So of course, there's a lot of stress even in our family. That causes also a lifestyle why we need a omega-3. Okay, so lack of exercise. So nowadays, noon naglalakad tayo. Ngayon hindi. Kahit sa pagbaba lang ng jeep, pati sa bus, galit pa. Diba? Pag halimbawang hindi ka binaba ng jeep tsaka ng bus dun sa tamang lugar mo. So even walking is a very good exercise. But we seldom do that now. What else? Aging. So the more we age, okay, the more the vein becomes age 2. So at the age of 40 years old, pag 40 ka na, tumatanda na rin yung veins mo. Okay, what else? It affects also our blood condition. So the more you age, when you start to be 40 years old, then that's the time na nag-i-increase na yung blood pressure natin, diba? And then what else? Tumataas yung blood sugar natin. So we need to take Alaska Omega-3 to counteract this modern lifestyle and aging that we are experiencing. Now, so did you know that omega, because in a coronary heart disease, it is really deadly. Okay? But if you say deadly, pag ikaw ay na heart attack, okay, patay ka kaagad pag hindi ka nabigyan ng CPR na tinatawag sa hospital. Okay? So, ano bang ginagawa ng coronary artery heart disease? Okay, so yung tinitake kasi natin ng mga pagkain, okay, so usually maraming fats, maraming protein. So, ang nangyayari po dyan, pumupunta yan doon sa ating blood vessels. Doon sa blood vessels natin, yung fats na yan, unti-unti niyang binabarahan yung ating arteries. And the arteries are the ones supplying blood going out to our body. Pag bara yan, hindi lalabas ang mga dugo natin. Okay? So, pag hindi siya lumabas at may bara, at doon siya nag-end sa puso, ang tawag po dyan ay heart attack. Pag siya naman, yung bara ng ugat natin, ay doon sa ulo, ang tawag po dyan ay stroke. Okay, pag sa kidney naman po tubular necrosis, yun, lahat po yun ay deadly. So, what are we going to do? We have to take Alaska Omega-3 in order to reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. So, Alaska Omega-3 are essentials to our nutrition. So, it is also, we have in our Alaska Omega-3, our manufacturer, okay, nakalagay po doon is yung best quality and it is guaranteed that it is best price. So, it's only Atomy, okay, who had this tag, the best quality and as well as best price, especially from our direct manufacturer. So, omega-3 provides also unsaturated fats that is necessary for our body. What are those unsaturated fats? Saan ba natin sila nakukuha? Ang unsaturated fat po, nakukuha po natin yan sa plants. Okay? Hindi po yan nadidevelop sa body natin o nakukuha sa body natin. Okay? So, unsaturated fats are what we call the essential fatty acid. So, ano po yung ginagawa niya? It protects our veins. So, pinatitibay niya po yung veins natin para hindi siya sumabog. What else? It needs to consume externally. Okay, so kailangan iti-take mo siya orally and of course, it is liquid in room temperature. So, dun yung makikita if it's really a true omega-3 or not. Because a true omega-3 in a room temperature is liquid. But if it is what you call a saturated fat, then in room temperature, it is usually solid. Okay. So, our omega-3 came from Alaska. So, it is first extracted in Alaska. Okay, and then it is refined in Ohio. So, what they do, when it is extracted in Alaska, they quickly process the oil and then stored it in a natural antioxidant area, di ba? Meron tayo noon. And then it is then transported through our exclusive railroad. Nakakatuwa, di ba? Meron tayong sariling railroad. It is the only company that has his exclusive railroad for our products. And then it is then refined and transported to Ohio. So this is how the omega-3 or the production process takes in. So we have what we call as the esterification, we have the fresh refinement, cold extraction, packaging, and then they do the filtering, and then they do the molecular distillation before they place it in our container. And then, after that, it is then distributed to our company. So, Alaska E Omega-3 is recommended to improve our neutral lipid. Okay, lipid is what we call as fats. So, lahat po ng mga fats na tinitake natin, ni-neutralize niya. So, once we take it in our body, pagdating pa lang sa stomach, okay, ni-neutralize na niya yon. And then, it maintains good health. Okay, and then, it has a lot of unsaturated fat. Okay, even in the research in the Mayo clinics, they stated it that the omega-3 or our Alaska E omega-3 okay, has a lot of unsaturated fat, and it's really good, okay, to dissolve fats in our body. And of course, if you don't eat meat or fish, so it's time for you to take the omega-3. What else? The middle age to age group. So ito po yung mga 40 and above. So you have to take, but of course, even younger kids now have to take it because of the instant food. We have a lot of instant food. What else? We have a lot of food also. Mahilig tayo yung mga preservative foods, right? So another is meat-centered people. So most of our children now, our teenagers, and even our people now, they eat a lot of meat, especially beef. And beef has a lot of what you call as saturated fat, which then attacks, okay, our heart. And then eat a lot of fast food. Okay, so as I told you, diba, mahilig tayo ngayon because it's pandemic, lahat ay puro delivery. And it's all about, the foods are all fast food. So it has a lot also of saturated fats. And then you lack exercise, okay, that's why you need, and it is recommended for you to take the omega-3. Okay, so again, omega-3 is really good for our body. So omega-3 benefits, as I told you, it protects our heart, it protects the brain against the stroke, it combats depression and anxiety. So we have, I have also a member wherein his wife is suffering from dementia, and we recommended this omega-3, and there, enough. Now, ngayon po, medyo nakakakilala na siya. And that's good, right? So, another is it protects our neurons, okay, especially for people suffering dementia, Alzheimer's diseases, yung mga makakalimutin dyan. Reduce inflammation, so it links to prevention and managing also of other other autoimmune diseases. And what are these autoimmune diseases? So autoimmune diseases, yan po yung minsan meron tayo mga psoriasis or any mga allergies, diba, that we had. Okay. So it also supports our healthy bone joints. as well as it helps in the absorption of our calcium. So it improves the quality of sleep, magiging masarap ang tulog nyo. It links to lower macular degeneration risk, meaning yung eyes natin, di ba pag tumatanda tayo, nanlalabo din ang mata natin. So it helps then to strengthen our retina. It is beneficial also to infant and children development. It supports healthy skin. And of course, slow aging. Why? Because it has vitamin E. Okay? So, another products that we're going to introduce to you is the Probiotics 10+. So, our Atomy Probiotic 10+ are 13 kinds of mixed probiotics. And as you will know, we have 3 billion probiotics in our body, especially in our intestine. And our products has 2.5 grams in 60 sachet. So, nasa 1 box po yun. So, what are probiotics? Our probiotics are live bacteria. So, it is living in a healthy person. Meron po tayo niyan sa loob ng katawan natin, lalo na if it is taken properly. And thus provides a positive health effects. So this is an example of our intestine. So yung malalaking, makikita nyo yung parang malalaking sway na gano'n, na wave. So that is what you call as the macrovilli. And then yung maliliit po, ang tawag doon is microvilli. Yun po yung nasa loob ng intestine natin. Okay, what does it do? So the moment that we take our food, then the macrovilli do the absorption. So ina-absorb nila, they do the digestion. Once it is digested, the microvilli now do the absorption. And then the food now, or the nutrients na nandoon sa tinake natin, will then be distributed to our body. Okay, so therefore, it is very important that our gut or our intestine should be very healthy and very clean. Okay. So, what is the effect of lactobacilli in the activation of our intestinal function? So, ang lactobacilli po is a microorganism that plays a helpful role in intestinal environment. So, nandun po siya, nakatira po siya doon sa stomach natin and even in the intestine. Okay, so ang ginagawa niya po is that neutralize niya yung microorganism doon. The lactobacilli is living in the mucous membrane also produce lactic acid. And that lactic acid makes then our intestinal environment acidic. Why is it that we need our intestine to be acidic? For us to be able to absorb our food, the nutrients that we take, and distribute it to the different kinds of our body. So actually, if we have a lot of lactic acid or lactobacilli in our intestine, it makes our intestine healthy. So what are the functions of probiotics? So our probiotics actually are recognized or acknowledged by Korean Food Drug Authority. So ibig sabihin po, pumasa siya sa quality test. Okay. Now, our probiotics function is to increase the lactobacilli in our body. Okay, it restrain harmful bacteria. Ibig sabihin nun, piniprevent niya the bacteria to be coming inside our body. And of course, it smooth bowel activity. So it's very easy for you to defecate. Hindi yung, minsan di ba hirap na hirap tayo pag pumupo tayo. At saka ang hirap yata. Ang hirap pag hindi ka pumupo sa isang araw. Di ba? Parang irritable ka. But once you take this probiotics, you will experience na once a day, minsan nga twice a day, talagang pupupo ka, especially pag especially if your bacteria or your good bacteria analyzes in your body and in your intestine, na you have to remove this bacteria, viruses in your body because it's, you have taken it. So pag uminom tayo ng probiotics, tatanggalin niya yan. Why is lactobacilli important? So lactobacilli is important because it has what we call a symbiosis effect. And they are working together in order for us to do a proper absorption as well as proper digestion and distribution of nutrients to our organs. So in healthy children, 90% of the bacteria are on the excreta or what we call as bifidobacteria. Why? Because it helps the children to remove or prevent the viruses or any bacteria infections entering into their body. So it is said that a harmful intestine bacteria increase with age. Why? Because as we age, we have taken a lot of radicals, right? And as I told you before, we eat a lot of instant, di ba? Mga instant food, mga ganyan. Tapos, what else? Yung mga delivery and we don't know how did they prepare this food. So, the more we age, the more bacteria that we have engulfed in our body. That's why it is very important for us to help our intestine free from these radicals, free from these infections and bacteria by taking the probiotics. So it is important also to increase helpful bacteria and restrain the harmful ones. That's why I'm encouraging you to take this probiotics. So what is gut dysbiosis? Okay, gut is just is what we call our intestine. We have the large intestine and we have also the small intestine. So what is dysbiosis? A dysbiosis meaning that the pathogens or the microorganism, okay, has a greater number than the good bacteria. Okay, so what happened then? Pag hindi siya balance, mas marami yung bacteria sa katawan natin. The bad bacteria. So there is what you call as dysbiosis. When there is dysbiosis then, there is no balance. Ang mangyayari po sa atin, once we take food, ano nangyayari? Lumalaki tayo, di ba? Nadidevelop yung mga fats natin, yung mga bilbil natin dyan, di ba? What else? Inflammatory disease. Ito yung kakain ka, tapos pupupo ka kaagad. Parang gusto mo, kakambal mo na lagi yung CR. Diba? What else? We have the autoimmune diseases. So we have a lot of skin disorders, we have a lot of allergies na na-experience natin because there is a dysbiosis in our gut. So very important that our gut is very clean. Okay, because if it's not clean, then everything that we take in our body, once it's digested and distributed, it will not be healthy. So dapat linisin natin yung gut natin. And how are we going to clean our gut? We have to take our probiotics. So this is our digestive system. So once there is a dysbiosis also, we would develop bad breath. So kahit na nag-toothbrush ka ng Atomy toothpaste, still you have bad breath, then you will realize that there is a dysbiosis coming or mas marami ang bacteria doon sa katawan mo. What else? So we have what we call bloating. Diba? Ito yung sinasabi, parang hindi ka natutunawan. Okay, what else? Digestive distress, parang nasusuka-suka ka lagi. Parang when you take the food, ano ba yan, nasusuka ako. Yung mga ganon. What else? Cramps, pain. Okay, usually masakit ang tiyan mo. And then, we have a lot of, we produce a lot of gas. Ano yung utot ka ng utot? Constipated ka? Hirap na hirap kang dumumi? Diba? And then, we have also the irritated bowels. So, kailangan mo nang mag-strain bago lumabas yung dumi mo. Then, sometimes we have diarrhea. Okay, and then we have the what we call as the stubborn stools. So the ecosystem is made of good and bad bacteria. They are always constant in battle. Okay, but of course, even though they are in battle, you have to make sure that you are maintaining the ecosystem by eating the right food and able to see that your gut is really clean of any radicals and other bacteria. So you have to be careful on the foods that you are taking. So problem start is when the bad bacteria begins to outnumber the good. And yun nga yung sinasabi natin na this symbiosis. Okay, there are 5 signs. Okay, your gut health is in danger. So, digestive issues, you have a bloating, di ba? Yun nga, yung sinabi, I explained it to you. And then, you have the gas, okay? Utot ka ng utot. You have the cramps, diarrhea, the constipation, irritable bowel sound. Okay, yung gusto mo, lagi kang katabi siya, bawat kain mo, ilalabas mo. Weakened immune system, so you always had colds, flu, certain allergies, sinus, congestions. Once you're experiencing that, meaning that you have a not healthy gut. Okay, another is mental illness, o di ba? So lahat, depression, if you're depressed, if you have brain fog, irritability, and senior moments, yung makakalimutin, di ba? So, meaning, again, your gut is not healthy. And then, of course, the medication use, the too much use of your antibiotic, lalo na ngayon, konting gusto natin, sa doktor, pag may sakit, doktor, hindi tayo naniniwala muna sa products natin. It's time for you to believe our product first. Okay, pag ang doktor nagsabi, bilhin mo ito, kahit gaano kamahal, binibili. Pero pag sa Atomy, i-try, sobrang mahal. But actually, if you're going to equate it, no. Ang Atomy products will prevent you from any diseases. So, skin problems, acne, yan. Pag may tigyawat ka, may psoriasis ka, okay? O yung iba dyan, tinitignan yung katabi niya kung may tigyawat. So, pag may tigyawat ka, meaning to say, may mga eczema ka and other skin diseases, then you have problems with your gut. So, what can harm your gut bacteria? So, the diet, okay, if you take a lot of whole foods, if you take lack of prebiotics in the diets, if you drink too much alcohol, if you take a lot of antibiotic, okay, no exercise or physical activity, okay, you do smoke, okay, not getting enough sleep. So, enough sleep, hindi po totoo yung sinasabi nilang pag tumatanda ka, 6 hours na lang ang sleep niya. Hindi po totoo yun. Still, it's 8 hours. So, that's enough sleep po. Okay? Too much stress. So, dapat wag tayo ma-stress, di ba? Lalo na nga yung pandemic, wala tayong pera. Stress, no, hindi. Of course, stress really can harm our gut. Actually, the number 1 killer now of having heart disease is the stress. Okay, how to improve your health gut? You have to eat more prebiotics. And what are these? We have a lot of this in the Philippines, right? We have bananas. We have onions, okay, legume, asparagus, okay, and oats. So consume more products on probiotics, the yogurt, or kimchi. Make time for quality sleep. If you have time to sleep, then sleep. If it's 8 hours, do so. Okay, reduce your stress. Eat food that are rich in polyphenols. So, you have the red wine. Pag sinabi pong red wine, hindi po tutunggain niyo yung buong wine. We only require 30 ml of wine a day. So why choose Atomy product 10+? Because we have the 13 lactobacilli of all ages and genders that are included in our products. And as you can see there, okay, there's a lot. Okay, so these bacteria or good bacteria, they have the responsibility to nourish our different organs. Our probiotic 10 plus in Atomy has 3 billion lactobacilli taken per sachet. Di ba maganda? And you only need to take 1 sachet a day. So in addition to that, the 13 types of probiotic are good for our intestinal health. And there are various ingredients that you can take, the apples, the bananas, the strawberries, and you can find it anywhere, even in our markets. So Atomy probiotic is recommended for people maintaining intestinal health, for those experiencing irritable bowel experience, to have a healthy lifestyle, those who have constipation or irregular eating habits, those who have bad breath, those who want to have a stronger immune system, especially in youth and as well as in children. And then, those who are experiencing indigestions, hindi sila natutunawan. And then, people who have trouble in digesting dairy products kasi meron tayong minsan tinatawag na lactose intolerance. So if you have, when you take a milk and then mamaya nagtatai ka na. So if you have that kind of experience, then you can take our probiotics. So people who sit for long period of time, just like this pandemic now, halos lahat ng tao nakaupo, diba? Kasi puro online na lang tayo. Okay, online video conferencing. So after that, we eat and mostly unhealthy food. So I think it's recommended now to introduce our probiotics to all of us, to all our members, and as well as to the other people, and unhealthy bowel sound. The products that I have introduced to you is what we call as the Hemohim, the Omega3, and then the probiotics. So, meaning we have a growing number of products in our company when it comes to health. So please start with Hemohim, then combine it with other products to gain Atomy energy. Always remember that Hemohim is always our base, and then combine it with other products. But please, these are not magic pills. Kasi akala ng iba, pag tinake mo siya, gagaling ka kaagad. Hindi ganun yon. I mean, with ang tagal natin, di ba? Ang tagal nating nag-take ng kung ano-ano sa katawan natin. And then, just to know Atomy, Hemohim, probiotics, akala natin, masusustain natin yung health agad natin. Hindi po totoo yon. Okay? So, dapat po, always remember that the Atomies are food supplements, okay, that can boost our immune system and help regain what was lost in our body. So, unti-unti niya pong i-regain yung na-loss sa body natin. So, Atomy products are indeed the lifeblood of our system, and using and sharing them will lead us to wellness and success. And for those of you who have been observing or following our system, COVID-19 has given us the opportunity to realize that Atomy system works as professed by our CEO. Diba? Napansin nyo, online na siya. See? What else? It helps our body, diba, to become healthy. So there is always hope as long as we follow the system. We need to share the product. We need to use them to other people. Okay, and we must always unite as one and use our purchasing power to become successful. I am wishing everyone for continued success. Please stay safe and healthy. Thank you and God bless. So with that, I am Norielee Magsingit, Diamond Master from Kalayaan Center.